I currently work at Best Buy, so that's my pad. SEGA Nerds is a website that I write for. It's basically one of my main sources of spreading the news of Shenmue. I also do podcasts as well. You know, I actually got to interview the voice actors for the English version of Shenmue. I wanted to do an interview in front of the Japanese garden here around Chicago, but it was closed. Why? But sometimes it just doesn't work out, you know? It just sometimes doesn't work in your favor. And that's just, you know, you just gotta work with it. I was a little, you could say I was a little excited. When the moment that I heard, you know, the music, I went a little bananas, you know. I went a little crazy. Not too crazy though. Just crazy enough. And for the next month, I was just campaigning and begging people to, you know, give me money. Give me money. Give him money. Not me. Like, give him money. And, you know, yeah. So the day before, he goes on Twitter and he puts a picture of a forklift, right? Now, for people who don't know, a forklift is the job that you have in Shenmue 1 to make money, right? You use the forklift to drive around.
What would you say to him if you met him in person?
That would be kind of difficult for me to say. I don't want to come off as creepy. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with Yu Suzuki, but I definitely admire him a lot. I think he's done a lot for the business. I think he's a genius. I think he's Sega's Shigeru Miyamoto. And yeah, I think it's good for him to finally be back where he should be, which is in the spotlight along with all the other big game developers. But, you know, in order to get your message across, you know, you have to, you know, do a couple, you know, do a couple of things to, you know, get your point across. Whether that's standing on the side of a street, whether that's tweeting non-stop, like even when I'm sitting on the toilet, I'm gonna be tweeting #SaveShenmue, you know, write news articles, draw pictures, go up to people and tell them, have they heard of Shenmue, you know? If they haven't, well, here, I'm gonna show you exactly what Shenmue is, you know? So basically there was this trailer that showed up around December, and it was a teaser trailer involving the English voice actor of Shenmue, Corey Marshall, and it was a teaser trailer for a Shenmue documentary that is yet to be announced with a firm release date, so we still don't know when exactly it's coming out. But I wrote an article about the documentary around February or March, and he liked that I, you know, promoted it, and I put it on my 2 news sites, so SEGA Nerds and Gamnesia, and, you know, that gave him, you know, more of an audience for, you know, his Twitter and his Facebook page. And he said that, you know, he was coming to town in April, so we met up, we discussed the documentary, we played a couple arcade games, and, you know, we talked about the game. So basically, and the documentary. So basically, the documentary was originally about, you know, the Shenmue fans and how, you know, it shaped, you know, fans' lives, and how game affected the industry, and basically, you know, it was just mainly to revolve around the fandom and how everyone wanted Shenmue 3. Now, keep in mind that this happened before the announcement of Shenmue 3 in June, so they had to scrap the plans when you know, Shenmue 3 got announced. So they kept a similar premise, but now it has a happier ending because, hey, Shenmue 3 is coming out, yes! He also asked me to, you know, give him my jacket so, you know, he could use it in his trailer, which actually you could see on his YouTube channel, or the producer's YouTube channel. There's actually a shot of my jacket on the bed, and a bunch of other cool things, that like a bunch of little you know, nods towards the game. There's a toy capsule, there's a Zippo lighter, and you know, a Timex watch and things like that, so that's pretty cool. Currently, like I said, there is no release date, so they're still filming. They're hoping, you know, to get a couple of people from the game, people who made the game. They already actually interviewed a bunch of people who were voice actors for the game, like Corey Marshall, Liesl Wilkerson, she voiced Shu Ying, and Yuan, who was actually a transgender character in Shenmue 2. Corey Marshall voiced Ryo Hazuki, which I'm sure everybody knows, because he gets a whole bunch of people asking him, you know, to say, hey, where are the sailors at? Or can I find some sailors? And yeah, I mean, he interviewed also YouTube personalities. He interviewed YouTube personalities like Adam Koralik, who actually lives here in Chicago. And yeah, he's still working on it, and I am really looking forward to the documentary.
Did you guys didn't you three meet up and celebrate?
We did meet up. Yeah, we actually did meet up. So this was actually, I think, the day after I met him the first time, which is at the Beercade over in Lincoln Park. And the day after, he said he actually he went to go, you know, meet Adam. He did his interview with him, and then afterwards we actually went to, I think is Lou Malnati's. For some reason I thought it said Illuminati's on the restaurant. I don't know why. And then yeah, we had some pizza. We just talked for a little bit, and you know, then they had to leave. But yeah, it was cool. We discussed a little bit about Shenmue, and you know, it was Chicago things, and it was nice. It was really nice. And you know, it was cool that they got to interview Adam. It was cool that I got to talk with Adam Koralik and Adam Scipione, who's the director of the documentary. So yeah, it was cool. Just imagine, for 15 years, people with my frustration campaigning and pleading SEGA, doing whatever they can to get the game across. You know, to get the game made, to get across SEGA that, hey, there's a whole fan base that is willing to throw money at you to get this game made. And, you know, it finally happened. So, final thoughts. Bring on Shenmue 3, you know. It's coming out in 2017, but, you know, I have my ways of, you know, waiting until 2017. You know, it's not gonna be that long of a wait. So hopefully, you know, it goes by fast. Hopefully they release Shenmue HD, which I'm crossing my fingers for. Other than that, yeah, I mean, if you haven't played Shenmue, I urge you guys to do it. It's a good game. It's something that can totally change your life like it did mine. So I recommend you play the game. Yeah.